Skadoosh. Kung Fu Panda packs a powerful punch of inspirational life lessons wrapped in a fluffy, cuddly package of a laughing panda and martial arts antics. This DreamWorks animated franchise follows Po, an endearing, noodle-slurping panda bear who gets chosen as the legendary dragon warrior, much to the confusion of everyone else in the land. As Po tries to believe in himself and live up to his new title with the help of Master Shifu, he discovers inner strength, passion, and what it really means to be the dragon warrior. Alongside his martial arts pals like Tigress and Mantis in the Furious Five, Po learns to follow his true calling, dishing out justice and protecting the Valley of Peace. But beyond all the cool moves and dumplings, what does this popular family movie series teach us? Grab your kung fu grip as we explore the down-to-earth life lessons in this much-loved animated franchise. Let's check it out. What's cool about this movie and what makes this movie special is how deep the story goes. At the beginning of the first film, we meet Po, a young panda who loves kung fu and dreams of joining the Furious Five: Tigress, Monkey, Crane, Viper, and Mantis. But Po isn't exactly athletic. He lives with his dad, Mr. Ping, making and eating noodles at their restaurant. His life is totally different from the fast and fierce warriors who protect the Valley of Peace. Po looks up to these heroes, especially Tigress, the toughest one. But guess what? Destiny has a huge surprise for him when he's suddenly named the chosen one to be the dragon warrior. At first, everyone, including Po himself, isn't happy about this choice. But the old master Oogway insists that the universe picked Po for a reason. And that's how Po's journey begins. From being a cute, chubby panda to becoming a kung fu master, taking down enemies like Tai Lung and Lord Shen. The trilogy subtly explores how in the first film, Po tries to find his place in the world. Once he finds it, the second movie questions what that place really means. And having achieved his goal, the third film analyzes what it means to keep that place in the world he fought so hard for. Through the seemingly simple animation, Kung Fu Panda carries deep messages about life's meaning and the ongoing search for identity. And I bet you hadn't even noticed. Amid epic adventures fraught with dangers and formidable villains, Po discovers his true potential and finds profound answers about himself. His masters, especially Shifu and Oogway, indeed embody two opposing philosophical perspectives on life: Confucianism and Taoism. This is one of the significant themes conveyed in Kung Fu Panda, the duality between the two most influential philosophical currents in Chinese culture. Confucius, the founder of Confucianism, believed that the key to prosperity and harmony in society lay in each person fulfilling their obligations and roles. Everyone has a role to play, and we must know our place to maintain order. Taoism, on the other hand, is a spiritual tradition whose central belief is the Tao, translated as the Way. It represents the primordial force that flows through the cosmos and guides the universe by following nature. Taoists advocate for living in the present and following the natural course instead of resisting. They accept what the universe throws at them, avoiding imposing their will upon it. And if you've seen the movies, you probably already know where I'm going with this. Oogway is the epitome of the Taoist master, doing things at his own pace without hurrying. He symbolizes that relaxed, peaceful attitude filled with faith that the universe has a course we cannot comprehend or control. All we can do is go with the flow of life. Then there's Shifu, the master of the Furious Five, who represents control, toughness, and the pursuit of Confucian perfectionism. Shifu spends the entire movie trying to mold Po according to his strict martial standards until gradually letting go of that control and perfectionism to accept and trust in Po's unique process. In the end, they manage to find a balance between these two opposing views of life. It is indeed through this balance that Po manages to become a total legend. Is destiny a thing or not? Kung Fu Panda shows destiny in a cool way. Think about the story. Po works at his dad's noodle shop, feeling like there's more to life but not knowing how to get there. At first, he's just going through the motions, like we all do sometimes, until something changes. So Po tries to sell noodles at this big event for picking the Dragon Warrior, and he just can't shake the feeling that he's meant for something more. Even when the doors close on him, he doesn't give up. We've all felt that pull inside us, right? Po definitely does. He comes up with this crazy plan to get into the arena, and right then, without knowing it, Po finds his destiny. Sure, Po doesn't exactly excel at martial arts training with the Furious Five at first. He struggles with fitness, flexibility, and mastering kung fu techniques. But he deeply cares about living up to his new role as the Dragon Warrior. Through his passion and dedication to practicing kung fu, he slowly starts to overcome all the obstacles in his way. Po refuses to give up. Instead, he finds ways to leverage his strengths, like using his round belly. It's here that we uncover that secret ingredient to greatness. As Mr. Ping tells Po, there's no secret ingredient. We don't need anything external to achieve greatness. We just need to believe in ourselves and what we do. That internal confidence is the real secret. So how did Po go from a complete martial arts novice to defeating mighty snow leopard Tai Lung? Through hard work, training, and faith, that dedication will lead to progress. Repeatedly falling down and getting back up again with good humor teaches Po much more than any scholarly study on Kung Fu ever could. He starts steadily improving his Kung Fu Panda skills through hands-on practice. This mirrors the classic wisdom that repetition and training builds real ability and confidence step by step. Watching Po test his burgeoning Kung Fu talent reminds us that patience with ourselves pays off as we slowly hone our craft. Furthermore, watching Po's evolution throughout the series is so inspiring because we see the fruit of consistent labor, perseverance, hardship, and passionate focus on his calling. By falling hundreds of times trying to master basic moves, being humiliated and even underestimated, he doesn't give up. He tries and tries again until he achieves unthinkable feats. When we deeply love what we dedicate ourselves to, as Po does with Kung Fu, every ounce of effort is worth it. Finding the right balance between control and letting go is important. While Po is an excellent example of how trusting the universe can lead to great success and profound discoveries, Kung Fu Panda also shows us Tai Lung, who is exactly the opposite. As a cub, Tai Lung was trained to be the great dragon warrior. His master had told him that his destiny was to be the dragon warrior, and someday he could read the dragon scroll, which would reveal his true destiny. As a result, Tai Lung never stopped believing that this was his true destiny, but he soon found out he was terribly wrong. He didn't know it wasn't meant to be given to him, but he had to seek it out himself. When Tai Lung was not chosen to be the dragon warrior, he shouted in pure rage, "Who denied my destiny?" Then, using all his power, Tai Lung tried to control his own destiny by forcibly taking the scroll. Master Oogway knew it was not meant for him. He knew the universe had not chosen him. Control is not the Taoist way of life. Faith and belief in oneself and the universe are the path. In the end, Po becomes the true dragon warrior, and the scroll is finally revealed. The bear is amazed. But there is nothing written on the scroll. Instead, the gold glows and shows the reflection of whoever reads it. Po is confused at first, but then realizes the scroll is correct. There are no instructions. One must be who they feel they are and not be driven by external desires or control. In short, the movies remind us to trust our unique path to personal fulfillment, gracefully adapting to life's ups and downs, enjoying the present without the shackles of the past or anxieties about the future, and keeping the flame of faith alive that there is a masterful, invisible force mysteriously conspiring in our favor. And so, with a spectacular final skadoosh, we've finished unraveling the wise teachings of this wild franchise that blends Eastern philosophy, martial arts, and lots of dumplings. Who would have thought? It turns out that the Kung Fu Panda movies contain profoundly transcendent reflections on the meaning of life and the paradoxes of the human condition, while making us laugh out loud with their antics. Now tell us, what's the biggest lesson you take away from the story of Kung Fu Panda? Leave it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking on the bell icon. Thanks for watching.